Welcome to Worthwhile Watches. I'm Rob. This is part 3 of a 5-part series of Rolex Submariner homage reviews with a final comparison at the end. Today we're looking at a popular Swiss-made dive watch from Steinhart, the Ocean 1 39mm with green ceramic bezel. But is this Steinhart a worthwhile watch? Let's find out. This Ocean 39 dive watch is part of a series of watches produced by the German company Steinhart. Steinhart offers a wide variety of models, many of which are Rolex Submariner, Explorer, and GMT Master homages, but they also offer field watches, pilot and marine style watches, and chronographs, all in many different colors and styles. Steinhart watches are made in Switzerland to a high standard of quality while maintaining relatively affordable pricing. This Ocean 39 is a Submariner Kermit homage with a green ceramic bezel insert and matte black dial. This watch also comes in a 42mm version if you prefer a larger case size.
Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here.
You're not Kermit the Frog. Now, please excuse me, I'm in the middle of a review. Anyway, the Ocean 39 features a true 39mm case size and bezel diameter, a thickness of 13mm, not including the Cyclops, a lug-to-lug measurement of 47.5mm, and a lug width of 20mm. The weight, sized for my 6 3/4 inch wrist, is 150 grams. The case is 316L stainless steel with brushed top surfaces and polished sides. The case finishing is all nicely done without any visible flaws in the finish. The crown is signed with the Steinhart logo and screws in and out smoothly and easily. The case back is solid and screw down, featuring a nice etching of what appears to be Poseidon riding a seahorse while holding a trident.
Hey, that watch looks pretty nice. It suits me. How about you hand it over?
What?
After all, as Kermit the Frog, I'm the rightful owner of that Kermit watch, so let's have it.
I'm not going to give you my watch. Okay, sorry about that. The crystal is a flat sapphire with double AR coating on the underside and a magnifying Cyclops. There is a hint of blue AR visible on the crystal and magnifier, but it's not distracting in my opinion. I did test the crystal and Cyclops, and they are both sapphire. One thing I don't like is the level of magnification of the Cyclops. It doesn't magnify very much, which leaves a lot of space around the date window. This is less functional and just looks a little bit strange. I do wish that Steinhart would use a 2.5 times magnification Cyclops on their watches. Other than that, the crystal offers nice visibility and manages glare quite well.
Okay, listen up here, buddy. I'm gonna give you one last chance to hand over that watch before things get ugly.
No, you're not getting my watch. I paid for this watch. I'm not gonna just give it to you.
Oh, you paid for it. In case you didn't realize it, there aren't a lot of people hiring frogs out here in this swamp. I do what I have to do to get by out here, and it's not always pretty. It's not easy being green, you know.
Please, just let me finish this review.
I'll have you know, I'm a criminal genius and a master of disguise. One way or another, that watch will be mine, and then some.
Okay, not likely. Well, that got weird. Hopefully that's the last we'll see of him. Okay, where was I? The bezel is polished stainless steel with a scalloped edge and a green ceramic bezel insert. The green used is a pleasing shade. It's not really a bright, attention-grabbing color, but it's also not so subtle that it goes unnoticed. It's just enough pop of color to make it interesting. The bezel insert is precisely cut with crisp white numbers and markers. The bezel does differ from the Submariner slightly in that it's lacking the number 10, and it also lacks a lume pip, opting for a fully lumed triangle marker instead. The bezel is a bit stiffer than I like, requiring a little bit too much force to turn in my opinion, but it's manageable, and the clicks are solid and consistent, without much play. The alignment also looks perfect to me. This Ocean 39 has a matte black dial with applied metal-framed indices, each filled with BGW9 Superluminova. The logo and dial text are not overly large or obtrusive and look appropriate and tasteful in my opinion. but there's something about that logo that always kind of reminds me of Ernie.
I know Bert and Ernie personally. We've worked together many times, you know.
No, you know I don't believe you. Okay, some of the dial text above 6 o'clock is probably unnecessary, especially automatic movement and professional, but it's in keeping with the 4 lines of text found on the Rolex Submariner. But Steinhart did refrain from adding an unnecessary line of text under the brand name to mimic the Oyster Perpetual text. This watch is rated to 300 meters of water resistance, which is nice considering it's not really any thicker than most 200-meter dive watches in its price range. The hands are Mercedes style and appear to be of very high quality.
Oh, bonjour, oui oui. I am visiting from France. Oh, what a nice watch. How about I take a look at it, oui?
I know it's you, Mr. Frog. Look, I'm not going to just give you my watch so you can hop away with it. And that's a terrible French accent, by the way. Alright, the bracelet is substantial and sturdy, with solid links and end links. The links are 4 millimeters thick. They're brushed on the top and bottom and polished on the sides, and the links are adjusted with screws. The bracelet tapers nicely from 20 millimeters at the lugs down to 16 at the clasp. The clasp itself measures 18 millimeters. Speaking of the clasp, this is one area where the Steinhart could improve a little bit. It's a friction clasp with a security fold-over and milled internals. 4 micro-adjust holes should allow for a good fit. The clasp is brushed on the top and sides with polished bevels along the edges. The fold-over is polished and adorned with the Steinhart logo. It is a well-made and sturdy clasp, but it can take a good amount of force to pry it open. Personally, it doesn't bother me much, but a double push-button clasp would probably provide a more refined wearing experience. This Steinhart Ocean 39 is powered by a Sellita SW200, which is a Swiss-made automatic movement featuring a 28,800 vibrations per hour beat rate, hacking, hand winding, and a date function. I've had this watch for about a year, and it's been totally reliable and runs pretty consistently at about plus 5 to 6 seconds per day. One area that's a little bit of a letdown is the lume. The initial glow is not quite as strong as many of my dive watches, and the indices fade faster than the hands and bezel triangle. It could definitely be better, but it's not useless. It works in most practical situations, when moving between bright areas like going through a tunnel or going in and out of buildings, but I wouldn't want to dive into the murky depths while having to rely on this lume. As for the overall wearing experience, it's good. The bracelet is comfortable and there should be adequate micro adjust to get a good fit. The case is quite flat, which can cause gapping under the lugs, especially on smaller wrists, even though the female end links can drop straight down. It would be nice if there was a bit more wrist-hugging curvature to the case, but I think most wrists will be able to manage this watch without much trouble. The clasp can be a bit stiff to open, and the bezel is a bit stiff to turn, but these are pretty minor issues. There is a real sense of sturdy, robust build quality to this watch that I don't get from too many other watches. I never really have an urge to baby this watch, and sometimes I can even imagine myself wearing it on some rugged adventure before I'm snapped back into reality.
Top of the morning to ya. I'm just a wee tourist here from Ireland. Say, that's a grand watch you have there. Mind if I have a wee look at it?
Look, Mr. Master of Disguise, I know it's you, the Kermit imposter.
You have quite some nerve calling me an imposter.
You are. You're a pretender, a phony,
A what? A homage? Do you see now? That watch and I belong together. Just 2 Kermit homages hopping off into the sunset together.
Okay, look, I'm sorry I called you a phony. Just because you're not the genuine Kermit the Frog doesn't mean I should look down on you. Sure, it's not very original of you to look and act like Kermit the Frog, but you still have a place in the world, and if you were a bit less aggressive, maybe we could even be friends. But I'm sorry, I still just can't give you this watch. Now, I really have to wrap up this review.
I see.
Oh, where did he go? Well, I hope I didn't offend him too much. Oh well, time to wrap it up. The Steinhart Ocean 39 is a pretty great watch. It has excellent specs, including sapphire crystal, a ceramic bezel, and 300 meters of water resistance. It's built like a little time-telling tank with a thick and sturdy bracelet that's still comfortable to wear. The Lume isn't the best, and the Cyclops should have more magnification in my opinion. But overall, I do really like this watch. Sure, it is an unoriginal design, but judging it for what it is, it's a well-built, good quality, affordable watch that fulfills a demand and can make a lot of people very happy, and I'm just fine with that. And with that said, I'll see you next time, and until then, wait a minute, where's my watch? The Steinhart. Where did it go? Where is it? It was just here. Oh, I have to take this. Hello? Yes? What? You're kidding. All of it? What about the savings, investments? Oh no, I'm gonna have to call you back. Well, apparently my bank account just got hacked and all my accounts have been emptied. Even my savings and retirement accounts. It's all gone. What is happening?
And until next time, make your day worthwhile. I know I certainly did.